Hey everybody, good morning. It's Bill with Say What You Will. Today, it's a little more lighthearted. I had 3 topics. I immediately forgot one, so we're down to 2. Actually, we'll start with I was talking yesterday about what was I talking about yesterday? Oh yeah. The city of Seattle giving businesses a whole $1,000 to make it through the pandemic. That's it. I still consider that almost as insulting as the federal government giving you $600, but not letting you work for 6 months. I guess you're really in touch with what the hell's going on out here. At any rate, so is the city of Seattle, who has declared, I guess they haven't declared an emergency. That's incorrect. But they are offering $25,000. That's substantial. They're offering $25,000 for people to come join their police force because, well, they're kind of short-handed. I wonder why. It wasn't because of the vaccine mandates. At least it was never mentioned in the article. But so, to be a police officer, you can get $25,000. But if you own a restaurant or a bar, they'll give you a night's wages, tips for your staff. No, fuck off. Well, whatever. I found that pretty interesting. I follow a guy on Instagram, one Greg Anderson, who at the beginning of this pandemic made a video from his patrol car in uniform saying how it was absolutely ridiculous and his fellow officers should use some discretion and follow the Constitution and not any unconstitutional edicts coming from Olympia. He was subsequently fired. It was a very viral video. It was awesome. Google that shit and see what it's all about, because it was on point. And while I don't get along with very many police officers, I have an opinion that they're all in it for the worst intentions. I do know there are some good guys out there because I think I know them all, at least in this state. I know a good chunk of them. Anyway, it still won't, the more that come out and are good guys, it doesn't dissuade me from going, yeah, well, one bad apple ruins the whole bunch, right? Anyway, let's move on to something fun. Marijuana. What about it? It is my livelihood. It's the basis of my livelihood. I am a chemist at an I-502 producer processor, which is to say we make recreational cannabis products, i.e. dabs, edibles, those pen baby things, distillate, stuff like that. You got an ailment, I can make you forget about it for a while. Anyway, marijuana is now the 4th largest cash crop in Washington State. It comes in 4th behind apples, apples, wheat, and potatoes. And I believe they're in that order. Then it's marijuana, and then it's cherries. Now, if you're from Washington, you're gonna go, wow, that's pretty good, because the cherries is a big crop. That's a big deal around here in the spring. You just see people talking about, boy, we got a little bit of rain, that's going to ruin the whole cherry crop. Everybody's going to say, oh, it's a little cold, it's going to ruin the whole cherry crop, the bombs. So the cherry crop is a big, big deal in Washington State. And it's fifth now. Marijuana is fourth at over $650 million, which Apple's is like almost 4 times that. It's over $2.1 billion industry. And I used to work in the wheat agriculture, doing small grains, wheat, barley, oats, alfalfa, stuff like that. So it's no surprise to me that wheat was number 2. I might have flip-flopped wheat and potatoes, because being in the wheat, you often follow potato crop with a wheat crop. So over in the basin, and for those of you who aren't from Washington State, that is east of the Columbia River on I-90, the Columbia Basin. It is the largest potato producing county in the United States? It beats Idaho. How about that? Idaho may have more overall potatoes, but for the county, for any single county in the United States, Grant County produces more potatoes. And you could drive through there. All you got to do is drive through on I-90, and it'll become painfully obvious that they grow a lot of spuds over there. I don't know how much that is a year, but marijuana, man. All this data comes from Leafly. It's a business out of Seattle. I'm sure they've got a website, but they have an app you can put on your phone where you can find dispensaries around you, near you, what they've got on hand, or if you're looking for a particular strain or product, you can search for that, and it'll tell you what's around you or where you can go to get it. So there's my plug for you, Leafly.com. There was a little sketchiness in how they figured it, because they weren't sure how to report wholesale numbers, so I think they used some sort of percentage of retail numbers. Whatever. They could have just went with retail numbers and just called that good, but this pumped up their numbers a bit and put them in 4th place. So I guess I'll roll with it, whatever. So it's a legit industry, people. I don't care what your views on it are. I was skeptical for a long time. I'm 53. I'm of the generation where you had to hide your weed, and the kids today, they don't give 2 squirts, man. They're just, I'd say, firing up a bong, but they don't do that out there. They'll a dab, man, right out in the just parking lot. Dab. All right, let's get on with what we're doing. Okay. And there's a new business. We'll just shift gears a little. I read about in Kennewick, or no, I shouldn't say Kennewick. I don't know if it's in Kennewick, Richland, or Pasco, but in the Tri-Cities. Cannabis yoga. Oh yeah. I know. I've always wanted to try yoga, but I'm not too flexible. Now maybe, after smoking a joint, I can do me some yoga. I don't know. I believe the price of admission includes a joint. It must be 21. And I don't really know the name of the place, because the person who wrote the article was kind of thumbs down on it, because they do a blah 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 yoga. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know what blah 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 yoga is. And then they said it's hot yoga. You have to bring a towel and water. You're gonna sweat. Like, oh, okay, you're a sort of a snob kind of person, the way you're talking here. I got you. And you can't handle your weed, so got it. But if you think about it, yoga is like a spiritual thing. It's not just stretching and I'm going to sweat and everything. It's just somebody was in a sauna one day, did some yoga, and that's how you get hot yoga. A little less than impressed by the ingenuity there, but whatever. And cannabis has long been associated with mysticism and rituals, native tribes, and different cultures throughout the world. So the two kind of go hand in hand when you think about it. And I'm not kidding. I can't hardly stretch at all. I'm terrible. I should probably be doing some yoga for the benefits that it gets for me, but I've always kind of balked at it because it's part of a religious experience, and I'm stumbling over my words, and I'm not saying this right, but it would be like practicing or observing Hanukkah but not being Jewish. You know, it's kind of stealing something from an actual religion or whatever I'm trying to say. Anyway, but I can get behind me some cannabis and yoga. The question is, how are they getting away with this? I guess it's private business. You can't openly consume cannabis in public by the law in Washington. Not that it doesn't happen, but I'm just saying. When we were down in Vegas, man, there were people just chiefing on freaking reefers. Chiefing on blunts. I'm a hip dude. All over the place. So, it was amazing. In fact, it was so common in Las Vegas, I thought it was legal. People just don't give a shit, I guess, when you go to Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I hate to tell you this, but your criminal record is gonna follow you. But I don't think they care. You'd probably have to be really egregious or something to get busted on that. Cannabis and yoga. Cannabis crop number 4. We got 3 to take over. We got a ways to go to beat them apples, though. In fact, I wonder where wine sits on that, because they pull out a lot. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. I know there have been quite a few orchards pulled out to put grapes in, and wine's a pretty big deal around here, especially down in the Walla Walla area. And actually from the canyon here, Canyon Winery is a good place to start, and then you just roll down 84 all the way to Walla Walla, and you can hit an awful lot of wineries. 82. I'll remember where I'm at here in a second. And of course, I wonder how long you have to be a Seattle police officer to keep that $25,000. I just sign up for tomorrow. I got you. I'll sign up on Tuesday, but I need to quit on Friday. Thank you for the money. Also, where's that coming from? All right, folks. I'm not going to miss my turn today. Here we are making it. I'll leave you with cannabis and yoga. I am missing my turn. This light's terrible. Which just means I'm a danger to myself and everybody around me. Say what you will, everybody. It's Thursday, I think. And we'll talk at you later. Say what you will, because I already said that, and I gotta say it again because I screw it up all the time. That's why I have to say what I will, because I'm the only one who will. You do the same. We'll catch you later some other day, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Peace.